What's up, guys? Welcome to Parlay Power Hour for October 13th, 2021. Will the Wizard Reed is back with us from Miami, from the party capital of the world. I don't know if he's going to class. He could be, but who knows? William Reed is here. Grant Mitchell, as always, is here. We'll start with Will. William, how are you doing? How's life? I miss you.
Life is great. I decided not to go to my 8 a.m. I took your advice in trying to rejuvenate.
That was not my advice.
That was my advice.
Well, this was some of the advice that I heard to try to rejuvenate this Miami football team. Big game against UNC this week. We still have a chance in the ACC because the ACC has just been god-awful this year in football. But I heard some news that there was no NHL bets yesterday on the first day back for the NHL season. I got very disappointed. Had to come back, give my thoughts on the NHL season. The Caps are returning today. Big game against the Rangers. And I have to make a bet.
All right, so I have two things to say. Number one, hockey is here, but like playoff baseball for me is like up here. All right, that's number one. Number two, I never said don't go to class. I got 3 things, actually. Number 3, when I was a freshman, I think I went to class about 50% of the time. Look at me now. I'm doing okay. But in my wiser self, looking back on it, I would tell people to go to class now. But also, bet on sports and all that. What?
Will, I don't know how much of a chance Miami has. I don't know. I'm sure you did see this. Your starting quarterback opted to get surgery. Are you guys familiar with that story?
Yeah, De'Aaron King decided to get season-ending shoulder surgery. Technically, he can come back for like his 7th year of college football if he wants next year. He can medically redshirt and come back. I don't want him to. We just need to move on. Play Tyler Van Dyke. Play Jeff Garcia in the next year maybe. I don't know why De'Aaron King decided to get surgery. He just needs to leave.
There was a tweet from a reporter that came out and said Derek King is opted to have season-ending surgery, whatever, under the advice from the coaching staff, and he quote tweeted it from his own Twitter account and said opted ? So that's a little spicy.
I mean, he wasn't going to play for the rest of the year. They're trying to go with this young movement in Miami. It's obviously not working. We're 2-3, but it'll help.
And you're losing a bunch of commits too. I don't know if you've seen.
Yeah, it's not a good scene down here. We need to start venturing out our recruiting out of South Florida. Basically, we only recruit in the Miami area and down here near Tampa, and try to steal some of the Gainesville people from Florida. But we need to venture around the rest of the country because we have no success here. We have no credibility.
Have you ever seen the U though? 30 for 30. We got to win. We got to win the state of Florida. You got to win Miami.
Well, that's not really happening right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying you can recruit in Florida and win. It's been done before when the U was good. And you guys didn't go to class. That's the biggest thing. If you stop going to class, maybe you win football games. All right. Saeed Escalante Sosa is back on Parlay Power Hour. Can't believe I have to say let's go Astros. Saeed, I got a question for you. Who you rooting for? Red Sox, your arch nemesis, or the Astros who cheated against you guys in 2017 and 2018 and all that good stuff? Who you rooting for, Saeed? That's a loaded question. You haven't been on the show, so I'm going to start with that with you. Other than that, guys, we're back. The original trio is back. Well, it was originally just me and Grant, and then Will was like, hey, I want to join the show. So I'm like, all right, we'll give you a little tryout. We signed him to a long-term deal, and then he left us. But what are you going to do? All right, FanDuel, $1,000 risk-free bet. Lock it up. Grant, what sportsbook you playing on this weekend?
FanDuel, obviously. Why would I pick anything else?
You wouldn't. That was a trick question. You wouldn't. Will, what are you playing on this weekend?
FanDuel. I try to tune into Parlay Power every chance I get, and I see the FanDuel Sportsbook sponsorship in the bottom right. Why not?
Why not? There you go. All right, Saeed's gonna. Here's the problem with Saeed. He's gonna be. We're not even talking baseball all day. He's gonna be annoying all day. Astros because both cheated, but Red sucks. Saeed, I think you're trying to use a little play on words there by saying red sucks by not putting the socks in. That was a good one on your part. But here's the thing, Saeed. Here's the thing, my brother. When you look at the Boston Red Sox, guess who's in the American League Championship Series? Saeed, before the wild card, you sent me your bracket. It was horrible. It was a horrible bracket. It was horrendous, Saeed. And you know what? I've been here the whole time saying I'm not going to talk shit. I'm not going to talk shit about the Boston Red Sox. Why would I do that? They talk shit on the field for me. They do it. They represent me on the field when they're going to the American League Championship Series, Saeed. We love you here on Parlay Power Hour, but come on, man. You can't be picking the Yankees to go to the World Series now. It's just not going to happen. All right, let's get into
it. Taylor, how do you feel about him comparing the Red Sox to the cheating Astros, saying you both cheated?
We never cheated. I don't know what he's talking about. If he's making a reference to Alex Cora was never a coach for the Houston Astros. He's only managed for the Boston Red Sox, and that's my manager. If that's what I don't know I don't know what the other cheating reference would be. If Yankees have won, that would be exactly the same. But Saeed, if the Yankees, Saeed, if I was a millionaire, if I, I don't know, if I had this, if I had that, Saeed, they didn't win. They got beat in Fenway. So Saeed, I tip my cap. I'm going to start talking shit now. I said I wasn't, but Saeed's just pissing me off today. What's he coming in? No. Red Sox cheat in 28. Saeed, what are you talking about?
Wait.
Saeed, that 2018 Red Sox team was legit, Saeed. What do you, Grant?
What
Colby,
how did they cheat? I'm just confused. What did they do?
I don't know. Will, do you have an answer for this?
I mean, no, it didn't help them they did win the championship eventually, but
wait.
Is Saeed breaking some news to us right now? Is this like cheat? Is this the baseball version of Deflategate?
Saeed, there's your World Series hat. Fucking cheat on that. All right. We're the World Series champions. We're going the American League Championship Series. The bottom line, give the whole team COVID. We're still here. Red Sox are good at baseball. We're legit. FanDuel, yes, Grant. Let's keep the show moving. We're not even talking about baseball. Hockey's back, guys. Hockey is back, but we're going to start with NBA preseason basketball because Grant's no fun. Trailblazers versus Suns on the money line. Suns in 4. It's a mindset. It's a mentality. It's a freaking way of life. I love this pick out of you, Grant. It's a great pick. I regret everything I just said about you not knowing what you're talking about.
Should have known the Suns in 4 was coming with this pick.
Yeah, of course. He's also moved on to Sox in 4, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm sure you'll get that later. I was right yesterday. I picked our NBA preseason bet. I had the Warriors at plus 154, I believe, and they beat the Lakers just like I said they would. The Suns, they're a team that's good because they are a team like the Lakers who I just bet against. They have LeBron, they have AD, they have Westbrook. They focus on stars. Stars don't try that hard in the preseason. They don't even play that much. But the Suns, like I said, they're a team that they have a bunch of interchangeable pieces, a lot of who are guys who have chips on their shoulder. They always are playing hard. Look at Cameron Payne, who was just playing in China a year ago. Suns are undefeated in the preseason so far. They are playing the Portland Trailblazers, who are 0-2. Or excuse me, the Suns are 2-1. The Blazers are 0-2. But the Blazers are one of those teams that are star dependent with Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. Suns are, it's pretty simple, to be honest. Your stars don't play a lot. Your stars contribute a majority of the team. You're probably going to lose without them. This should be easy money on the Suns.
In a preseason game, is there ever easy money, Grant?
Yeah, there is actually. You look for the teams that have the rookies who are actually playing well, because some rookies go up there and they just suck. They're trying to get the attention back on them. But you look for the rookies who are playing well, and you look for the teams that are good teams, even if they're not elite championship contenders. But, the Suns got to the finals last year, so, you got best of both worlds going for you.
All right, There you go.
I'd say NBA and NHL preseason is much easier to bet on since you do have some of those starters still playing decent amount of minutes. They're not going to play the whole game, but they will make some sort of impact on the game, unlike the NHL where they play – or the NFL where they play maybe one quarter and then you still have 3 quarters to change the game. So,
yeah, I remember when I first got into betting, I was like hardcore betting spring training baseball. That was not a good idea. But at the same time, I did win when I was doing that. So it kind of kept me hooked and I still bet spring training baseball occasionally. All right, let's get into this, guys. Let's keep going. It's hockey season. Will, by the way, what'd you think of hockey, ESPN Plus's hockey broadcast?
I'm about to post an article actually for a USA Wager. My first reactions to the ESP or the NHL on ESPN. Sean McDonough is not my favorite choice for the color commentary on NHL on ESPN. He is kind of lethargic and slow, especially for a game like hockey that's pretty fast and upbeat. He can do it with football when there's much time between plays and things like that, but I did like the second game. I'm not sure who was the color commentator. It was like John Siaga or something. I don't know his name, but I did like the production. They had a lot of good things coming in. They brought in a lot of the guys from the NBC team, like Ray Ferraro. He's one of the analysts on there now. I like the intermission shows with Barry Melrose and Mark Messier. They got some good characters on there. So I'm not disappointed.
The Kraken thing, Grant, what'd you think of that? Like the on the ice.
Don't ask me what I thought of that, Tanner. I showed it to you. What did you think of it?
How can you not love sport? How can you not be romantic about sports when you see a Golden Knight just taking a Kraken and killing it? How can you not be romantic about that? It was freaking awesome, Grant. That's NHL on ESPN right there. That's why we love sports. Anyways,
you want to know what the best thing in sports right now is, though? It's the Manning cast, and it's not even close.
Cast is good. Manning cast is good. I will not lie, but I have not really watched Manning cast much. I've seen the highlights, but I'm going to watch it next month. It returns Monday, I think. I think they were off last week, right?
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah,
up their game.
All right, let's keep it going here. Saeed left the building. Saeed just got burnt. He left the building. Rangers Capitals money line. Will, you are a Capitals fan, so this could be biased, but whatever. We'll let you.
I am a Capitals fan. This pick is slightly biased, but you got to go back to last season when the Capitals and Rangers played, and people called out Tom Wilson for what they say was a cheap hit on Artemi Panarin when he body slammed him into the ice. Because Panarin jumped on his back, and it started this whole type of rivalry between them. The Rangers GM and coach and the team president all got fired kind of out of not because of what happened in the Capitals Rangers, but because of various different things that broke off because of it. The Rangers went out in the offseason and tried to get a bunch of tough guys specifically for this matchup so they could fight Tom Wilson in the first game of the season. They picked up Ryan Reeves from the Vegas Golden Knights, who had a lot of beef with Tom Wilson back in their 2018 playoff run for the Stanley Cup. And they picked up a lot of guys just so they could be more physical on the ice because they were kind of getting beaten around last year. I don't really know if that's the recipe for a better team. You need more of those skill guys to push your way to success in hockey. But the reason that this Capitals line used to be at -130, but their captain and star, Alex Ovechkin, is questionable with a lower body injury. He might not play. Their other alternate captain, Nicholas Backstrom, is out for the first 10 games of the season. So they are missing some pieces, but I think the Rangers are going to try to make this a physical game, and that's just not how you want to play against the Capitals. The Capitals have a big body team. They play physical. They play hard. It's going to be a close game. The Rangers are probably going to keep it within one, but I think the Capitals are going to pull it out. They're just a little too much more experienced than a younger Rangers team.
That was electric. Get this kid on ESPN Plus. Get him on the ESPN hockey team. Grant, what do you think of that?
Yeah, that was an expert analysis. I'll be the first to admit I'm not the biggest hockey insider or the hockey expert that we have there. But a lot of what Will said, I do know is true. I do think the Capitals are going to struggle without some of those guys, especially if Ovechkin doesn't play. I mean, it seems like he's been here for 10 years now. Will and I are both from the DMV, so I say
he has been here for 10 years. He's been here for 17 years.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was poor choice of words. You know what I meant. Seems like he's been here forever is what I was trying to say. So, yeah, if he doesn't play, I think they will struggle. But I'm all for the Capitals winning, so I'll ride with Will.
I don't want the Rangers to win, so I'm going to go with the Capitals. What do you think about CT6K? He's probably not happy about that. He's been sending me all his Rangers stuff. Ever since the Red Sox, not the Yankees, out of the playoffs, he's just sending me like Rangers content.
Yeah. He's moved on. He texted me yesterday. He's like, oh, Ovechkin questionable with like the little eye emojis. And I'm like, we're still going to beat you guys because you guys are going to try to start a line brawl in the first period. Half of your stars are going to be out for like the first 10 minutes of the game. You won't have any momentum because we'll probably win that line brawl. And we're at home. I don't see – I mean, I see the Capitals could lose, but they're the better team on paper, even with Ovechkin potentially out.
Does he go to school?
Occasionally.
Okay, got that was my question. I was just wondering. Anyways, we can talk about that off air. But does he go to school? Anyways, all right, let's get into this pick. This is a really good pick. This under the radar pick. We got Blackhawks +1.5 on the puck line, -144 versus the Avalanche. Guess what? Guess who the only team that can play with COVID-19 is, Will?
The Boston Red Sox.
Boston Red Sox, damn right. Guess who has COVID-19 for the Colorado Avalanche?
Nathan MacKinnon.
Nathan MacKinnon has COVID-19. So if we look at this, I'm just saying Grant, if we look at this, William, all right, and the Red Sox are the only team that can win with COVID-19, and the Avalanche are not the Red Sox, what does that mean?
I guess they can't win.
Well, they can win. Can they cover, though? That's the question. Yeah. Great teams win and cover. I don't know if they're going to do that tonight. I like the Blackhawks to cover. You look at this game, Avalanche were very, very good last year, 39-13-4 overall. They were 22-4 at home. So I fully expect them to win this game tonight. But also Chicago, if you listen to Pod Snipe Selly, the Pod Snipe Selly boys were high on the Chicago Blackhawks. I think they get the job done tonight and cover. Chicago's got to get shots on goal, average 2.8 goals on 29.2 shots per game last season. They got to storm the goal tonight, William. They got to put shots on the net, and hopefully, you know what, we get a win. And bottom line is Avalanche have COVID, so the Red Sox are the only team that can win with COVID. I'm going to go with the Blackhawks on the puck line. William, you had a better explanation than me, but I think I was more entertaining.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Nathan MacKinnon is the only player that's out with COVID. He tested positive, but I think he's tested negative once, but he hasn't gotten that second negative test. So he's not able to play in tonight's game. But the Blackhawks have made a lot of changes. Duncan Keith is out, their longtime alternate captain, part of their 3 Stanley Cup runs in the early 2010s. They replaced him with Seth Jones, who is possibly one of the best defenders in the NHL. He will make a big difference. They got Marc-Andre Fleury for a bag of peanuts in a trade over the offseason. He's a former Vezina Trophy winner, won the Stanley Cup with the Penguins, helped Vegas get there in 2018. So that'll make a big difference on the back end for them. And, I mean, overall, they still have Patrick Kane. They still have Alex DeBrincat, some guys that can score the puck. I mean, Avalanche without Nathan MacKinnon, they're still a very good team, probably one of the better teams in the NHL. But Nathan MacKinnon is the star of that show in Colorado. And without him, it's going to be a tough one for them to generate offense, especially against a goalie like Marc-Andre Fleury and new defenders like Seth Jones. So I do like Blackhawks keeping this one close. The Avalanche probably still win, but probably a late goal gives them that victory.
Nathan MacKinnon helps them cover. Without Nathan MacKinnon, they do not cover. That's what I think. Will should be on ESPN Plus for hockey, honestly. Get him on ESPN Plus right now for hockey. Don't you agree, Grant?
I wouldn't mind.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Do you hear this delivery? I'm sure he's going to clip this as soon as the show ends.
The kid just named about the whole freaking hockey league NHL right there.
Could.
And yeah, you could, honestly. I love that, Will. I love that. I got to get better. Will. But anyways, that's it. We kind of went with a new strategy today because Will's here and we just wanted
there's not a lot of shit going on.
There's not a lot going on. That's the bottom line because Parlay Power Hour said so. I broke my mic out though today because Will's coming. I had to impress him. All right, final thoughts here. Final thoughts. Grant, where's the final thoughts banner? Deleted it.
I think you deleted it. Why did I have to delete it?
You didn't have to. You shouldn't have. That's the problem.
No. Why is it that because it's gone I deleted it? Why couldn't you delete it?
Because you do that stuff. I don't do that stuff. Grant. Final thoughts. We'll start. Who should we start with?
Hold on. You delete my pick that I make every other day.
No, I don't. Do the
we
people
come
know
into
that?
the show and I have to say, oh, Tanner, we can't go live yet. You deleted my pick.
Grant, you know what? The people don't want the picks.
Yeah, they're not getting them because of you. You delete them.
They need them, Grant. I'm making them work for them. They need them. Freaking need them, Grant. All right, Grant, we'll start with you. We'll start with you for your final thoughts, and we'll go to Will. Then I'll wrap up the show here. No Virginia Tech talk today. That's my bottom line.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna give you any. I wanted to go a little political and just talk about John Gruden, but I mean that's everybody knows what I'm gonna say anyway.
Knock if you're with me.
Oh yeah, knock if you're with me. What he did was wrong. Knock if you're with me. My final thought. I'll go with what I saw last night. It was the Lakers preseason. I get a little. It's a little more important since there wasn't any playoff baseball on that day. I like what I saw from the Lakers. Westbrook keeps turning the ball over a shit ton, but you can see the vision that's being built. If anyone else watched that game, don't pay attention to the final score. Pay attention to how Westbrook was playing without the ball. LeBron was still finding his way into the high post, setting up his teammates. Melo was catching and shooting from the outside. It looked like the beginning of a very good team. So don't be surprised if they end up with one of the best records in the West, even though they are winless in the preseason.
All right, Will, we're going to you. Final thought. We're getting the big screen for final thoughts now. I just thought of this.
Final thoughts. Washington's going to win today. Sorry to CT6K. They're going to take down his New York Rangers. They'll be a little too much for New York, especially at home at Capital One Arena. Red Sox somehow made it to the ALCS. Good on them. Good on you, Tanner.
Somehow.
Somehow.
Kiss my ass.
Somehow made it to the ALCS. I don't know if I'll be rooting for them because I don't really care at this point. I'll probably be rooting against them because you root for them. So go Astros. And that's it. Go Astros.
See, I don't have it in me to say go Astros after they won the fraudulent ring. I'll
just root for whoever comes out of the NL, but as of right now.
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm doing, Tanner.
All right. Well, speaking of National League Baseball, can we talk about Walker freaking Buehler last night? Can we talk about Walker Buehler throwing 100 pitches 3 days ago, coming back and saying, hey, I'll have Tommy John surgery for this team to win a World Series last night. He goes last night, 4.1 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 4 strikeouts. The dude was sensational considering he threw 100 pitches 3 days ago. Let me see the exact pitch count we got here. Buehler, 71 pitches. He threw 100 3 days ago. He follows up with 71 pitches with the season on the line for the Los Angeles Dodgers. That's a performance that gets you fired up. It gets you feeling some type of way. The Dodgers are going to win this series. Don't get me wrong. Dodgers going to win this series. They're going to go back to Oracle Park and win this series because of what Walker Buehler did last night. Also, have that article coming out talking about how Walker Buehler's a god. Have another article talking about how Fenway Park is the most special, I don't even know if that's a word, but the most special park in Major League Baseball in October.
You don't know if what is a word? Special? I can promise you.
I don't know if you can use most special together. I don't think you can. Specialist? Specialist.
No, not right either.
It's most special.
Walker freaking Buehler is a god.
It's also 2 words, not
Walker
1
Buehler
word.
is the most special pitcher I've ever seen in my life. He gets me feeling some type of way. The fact of the matter, you can go throw 100 pitches 3 days ago and say, hey, Dave Roberts calls him in the office and says, hey, Walker, you okay getting Tommy John for this team? He says, hell yeah, I'll do it tonight. 70-something pitches. Unreal effort from Walker Buehler.
You didn't even talk about the biggest story from the National League. It's the freaking Braves going to the NLCS.
Listen, congrats to the Braves. Okay, Freddie Freeman, clutch home run. That was awesome. It was cool to listen to the call on the radio. I was listening to because I had hockey on, and I was listening to the Braves on the radio, and it was a really cool moment to hear that call when Freeman hit the bomb. I thought the Brewers were good, but what was the death of the Brewers, right? Can't hit the baseball.
Can you imagine if Acuna was playing, though? All of a sudden, we might have a competitive NLCS.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the Dodgers and Giants are on a different level than the Brew Crew. Even though the Brewers swept the Giants at the end of the season. So
yeah, I think the Giants kind of knew they had it wrapped up.
Also, I want to give a shout out to Joe Kelly last night. Because Grant, you were picking on Joe Kelly, I believe it was you. Either you or Will.
Well, I didn't pick on him. I just said that I think Walker Buehler should tear his arm up more and throw more pitches.
Yeah, I said he's done enough. Big,
plus Joe Kelly got off to like a rough start right when he came in.
Joe Kelly likes getting off to a rough start. He likes doing that to put himself in a hole because he likes coming out of it. Guess what? He got the win last night. 0.2 innings, 1 hit, 0 runs. Joe Kelly.
Yeah, he's good. I said it before, Tanner. I hate watching Kenley Jansen play baseball.
Oh, I hate Kenley Jansen. I hate watching. I don't hate him. Because I've seen him like just blow so many games. I don't hate him like you hate him because he just works slow. But I hate him because he's blown so many games. I love him, but I hate him. It's a love-hate relationship.
I hate how long he makes the game take. I can't stand it. I'm not a patient person.
Okay, well, maybe you should go watch hockey with Will then.
Maybe. On the new ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus, subscribe now. ESPN Plus sponsor us. I don't think they will, but it's worth a shot. Also, Body Armor sponsor us. I love drinking your liquid. FanDuel Sportsbook also. $1,000 risk-free bet, guys, on FanDuel. This is the best sportsbook in the business. It's the body armor of sportsbooks. That's what I'm going to say. At Body Armor. Shout out. Free ads. FanDuel, $1,000 risk-free bet, guys. Lock it up right now, whether it's hockey, playoff baseball. Put your house on the Red Sox to win the American League Championship Series. I'll say it right now. Put your house on the Boston Red Sox to win the American League Championship Series. Why not us? How can you not be romantic about sports betting? How can you not be romantic about the Boston Red Sox season this year, boys? I don't know. Boys are buzzing right now, though. That's all I know.
Do not put your house on the Boston Red Sox.
That's why Will's on the show too.
Do not.
All right.
Not. Unless you have multiple properties and one's just a vacation home, don't do it.
I will say one thing. I'll end with this. We're a little long today, 25 minutes, but if you could put your house on one team in the playoffs, would you put it on the Dodgers, Giants, Astros is not an option, or Red Sox, knowing the Dodgers and Giants have a one-game playoff basically on Thursday night to go to play the Braves?
Hold on. First of all, why can't you pick the Astros? And second of all, you can't say the Dodgers or the Giants. We know the three teams are already ahead. So I'm betting my house on the winner of the Dodgers and the Giants.
No, you can't. That's scared.
Nope, that's not.
Grant.
It's not scared.
And then putting it half on the Giants and half on the Dodgers.
No,
we know what round the Red Sox are in, so I will pick their opponent in that round, which is not their direct opponent, but I'll pick a team in that round, which is the winner of the Dodgers and the Giants, and they will win the World Series.
You can't say that, Grant. This is my show. I make the rules. So
yeah, but you can't make up your own.
It's a freaking hypothetical. You don't even own a house. It's a hypothetical situation, Grant. It's a hypothetical question.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense.
Red Sox, Dodgers, or Giants. Who you're putting your house on? If you got to pick out those three teams, if I got a gun to your head and say Red Sox, Dodgers, Giants, who are you picking?
Braves.
The Red Sox are last.
Okay, well, if you pick the Dodgers or Giants, you're going to lose one of those teams. One of those teams is not going to be in the same round as the Boston Red Sox.
That's why I'm picking the winner, Tanner.
All right, you can't do that. You're no fun. All right, that was Parlay Power Hour. FanDuel, $1,000 free bet. We got a comment here. Gloria, what's up, Gloria? They win and they fire their Gloria. Morning, guys. How's everyone doing? Gloria, I'm doing good. William, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful morning.
We're working on the T-shirt, Gloria. We're working. I see the comments all about the T-shirt. I'm working on the T-shirt, Gloria. I'll get you the damn T-shirt. Grant, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Tanner. Thank you for asking 27 minutes in.
Well, Gloria asked. I was just asking for her. And one more final comment from Saeed Escalante Sosa. I don't think he's here still, but okay, they win and they fire their coach after the investigation. They fired their coach because, first of all, this is not what happened, but Alex Cora was suspended for a year from baseball because of what happened with the Astros. That's why he was fired. Also, he never coached for the Astros. That's my manager. He's a Boston Red Sox man until he dies. That's it. That was Parlay Power Hour. Let's get off here, boys. Let's get off here. Boys are buzzing. Best hour of your day. Well, this is how we end it now. We go one thumb, one finger, one pinky, all love. Put your house in the Boston Red Sox, and that's the bottom line because Parlay Power Hour said so.